When you think of Brian, what's the first image or moment that comes to mind? A few.
I think of him reading a book. That was his favourite leisure pastime. Gardening.
Planting a plant.
Yeah, plants were like his second greatest love. His first greatest love was
Moulding a clay.
Yeah, animals and clay.
Yeah, animals, gardening, art,
reading, and also he talked about art a lot to me. So we would discuss Egyptian sculptures.
How would you describe him to someone who never met him?
I would usually warn someone who had never met him, and I would say, well, he can be very moody. He might not speak to you at all. He might just walk past you when you say hello. Or he might think that you were interesting. And if he thought you were interesting, then he would sit and listen and actually have a conversation.
He was a bit short-tempered.
He was short-tempered, but also he was interested in what he was interested in. He just lived in his own world. We talked about that, how he was often, his thoughts were elsewhere. It was often when he was reading a book even, he might have been thinking about making a sculpture at the same time.
Was his creative process structured, spontaneous, or obsessive?
Structured. It was structured. He had invented.
Which is strange because he wasn't really very structured.
In the rest of his life, he led what we would describe as a loose and undisciplined lifestyle. But he invented a measuring method for his work, and he taught that to all his students. And he was obsessive in that it had to be immaculate. So those measurements were down to the last millimeter. He used calipers when he made everything, but his way was the only way.
All of his decisions were methodical.
Yes,
and deliberate.
Yes, and also because art requires a lot of thought, design, and intelligence. Can you imagine any of those Egyptians making those sculptures like that? They were carefully measured, they were preconceived, they were thought about in great detail in every aspect. And that's what he admired about them, and he wanted to be like them.
Did he talk about what he was trying to express through his work?
Not really. What happened when he sculpted someone was you could just feel.
I think it's quite obvious when you look at his work what he was trying to express.
Yes, but I don't think he had to try.
He didn't really need to talk about it.
No, the expression was something. In fact, he wouldn't talk about it because I remember saying to him sometimes, I said, sometimes I've painted paintings unusually, but sometimes, and it seems like that painting is just painting itself. And did that ever happen to you? And he said, very rare, my dear. But he didn't like talking about emotion anyway. So he didn't talk about it, although it was heavily invested in his work. So it was all there, but he didn't want to discuss. He occasionally did, like with the Anguished Heads exhibition that's coming up, you're going to see such raw emotion, anger, and I would say rage that was in him and is in those pieces. So it was all part of him.